The human did not shout. He did not threaten. He did not raise his voice. He simply said, "You want war." The room went silent. The alien leaders laughed. They were tall. They were strong. Their empire had ruled the stars for hundreds of years. Humans stood small in front of them. Soft skin. Short lives. Too emotional. That is what the galaxy believed. The human delegate stood alone. His hands were calm. His eyes were steady. He spoke again. "Then see your worlds burn to cinders." No anger. No fear. Only certainty. Far from that room, deep inside human space, ships began to move. They moved without sound, without signals, without warning. Human fleets did not gather in open space. They did not show power. They did not send threats. They prepared in silence. The alien empire did not notice. They were busy celebrating. They believed the humans had finally shown fear. They believed the humans would beg for peace. Instead, human commanders studied maps. They studied alien habits. They studied supply routes. They studied planets. Humans did not plan to fight the empire. They planned to erase it. On the edge of the galaxy, a small human colony lived in peace. Miners, workers, families. It had no defenses, no warships, only hope. The alien empire attacked it first. They wanted to make an example. Ships descended from the sky. Cities burned. Signals cut out. The empire broadcast the attack to the galaxy. This is what happens when you challenge us. On Earth, human leaders watched in silence. No screams. No speeches. Only one order was given. Begin Phase 1. The fleets changed course. No one cheered. No one smiled. This was not revenge. This was duty. The alien commanders waited for a human response. They expected rage. They expected fast attacks. Nothing came. Days passed. Then weeks. The empire relaxed. They thought humans were afraid to strike back. Then a single alien outpost went dark. No explosion. No distress call. Just silence. Another outpost vanished. Then another. Trade routes collapsed. Supply ships disappeared. Panic started to spread. Alien admirals demanded answers. But no enemy ships were seen. Humans were not attacking fleets. They were cutting lifelines. Inside a human command ship, a captain watched the data. His voice was calm. Continue. Far away, an alien world woke up to strange skies. Their stars flickered. Their power grids failed. Human weapons did not destroy cities first. They destroyed control. The world began to choke. The galaxy started to understand. Humans were not fighting like warriors. They were fighting like hunters. The alien council called an emergency meeting. Fear replaced pride. They sent messages to Earth. No response. They sent apologies. No response. They sent threats. Still no response. Then a human message arrived. Short. Clear. You chose war. The galaxy held its breath. Human fleets finally revealed themselves. Not near borders. Not near battle lines. But above alien worlds. Cold. Silent. Unstoppable. And every human ship carried the same order. End it. The first world had not burned yet. But everyone knew. It was coming. And when humans finished, there would be no empire left to remember what war was. The galaxy waited. No one slept. No one spoke freely. After the human message, fear spread like shadow. Alien systems went into lockdown. Fleets were recalled. Worlds raised shields. But humans did not rush. Human ships stayed still in deep space. Cold and silent. Like predators watching wounded prey. Inside, the alien empire panic grew. Their leaders argued. Some wanted peace. Some wanted war. They could not agree. Humans noticed everything. Human commanders watched screens, supply lines, energy flows, population centers. Humans did not attack cities yet. They attacked understanding. One alien fleet moved to protect a core world. It never arrived. Its signals faded one by one. Ships vanished into empty space. No battle, no explosions, only absence. The galaxy felt the change. Humans were not loud. They were precise. An alien admiral shouted orders, demanded scans, demanded answers. None came. Human weapons were invisible. Human movement unpredictable. This was not a war of strength. This was a war of control. On a distant alien world, families looked at the sky. Human ships appeared like dark stars. They did nothing. They only watched. Days passed. Nothing happened. Fear grew heavier than bombs. Alien leaders begged their fleet commanders to act. Finally, a massive alien armada launched. Thousands of ships, all weapons charged. They wanted one clear victory. Humans allowed them to move. The armada crossed a human-monitored zone. Human commanders waited. Wait, wait, wait. Then the order came. Now. Space bent. Alien sensors failed. Formations broke. Ships crashed into each other. Weapons misfired. Humans did not fire first. They turned off gravity. They turned off coordination. The armada collapsed without a real fight. What remained drifted helpless. The galaxy watched in horror. Humans then fired. Clean, quick, merciless. The alien armada was gone. No survivors. No warnings. This was the moment. Every race understood. Humans were not trying to scare them. Humans were proving something. After the battle, human ships vanished again. No celebration. No broadcast. Only silence. On alien worlds, people cried. Leaders hid. Priests prayed. The Empire sent another message to Earth. This time was desperate. We surrender. We will obey. We will change. Humans replied. Too late. Human fleets changed position. Toward the heart of the Empire. Toward the first core world. This world was ancient. Rich. Proud. It had never known fear. Until human ships appeared. They blocked the stars. They blocked the sun. No weapons fired. The planet began to fail. Power grids shut down. Cities went dark. The sky turned cold. People realized the truth. Humans could destroy the world. But they chose to let it die slowly. To make the lesson clear, inside a human command ship, a young officer hesitated. He asked if this was necessary. The captain answered calmly. They asked for war, so they will learn what it costs. The galaxy listened. This was no longer a conflict. This was a warning written in silence. The first world had not burned yet, but the fire was already there, waiting. The first core world waited in darkness. No lights, no signals, no hope. Human ships stayed in orbit, silent shadows against the stars. They did not fire. They did not move. The planet slowly began to break. Without power, the cities froze. Without guidance, the traffic fell from the skies. Without order, fear took control. Alien leaders tried to speak to their people. Their words failed. Their screens went dark. Panic filled the streets. Humans watched everything. Inside the command ship, human officers studied the data. Atmosphere levels. Food supply. Civil order. This was not chaos. This was design. The galaxy held its breath. Other alien races sent messages to Earth. Some begged. Some warned. Some threatened. Humans answered none of them. Then something changed. A second human fleet appeared. Not near the first world, but near another core system. The message was clear. This was not an accident. This was a pattern. The alien empire finally understood. Humans were not destroying one world. They were teaching the galaxy. On the first core world, riots began. Stores were emptied. Leaders were hunted. Old pride turned into rage. Rage turned into fear. Above the planet, human ships shifted position. Slow. Controlled. A signal reached the planet. Short. Cold. Observe. The skies burned softly. Not with fire, but with light. Human technology began stripping the upper atmosphere. Bit by bit. Not enough to kill fast. Enough to remind. People screamed. People prayed. People looked at the sky. They saw no enemy faces. Only machines. The galaxy watched the feed. Every race felt the message. Humans were not emotional now. They were exact. On a distant neutral world, a council gathered. They debated intervention, but none moved. Everyone remembered the armada that vanished. No one wanted to be next. Inside the alien empire, military command collapsed. Admirals argued. Generals blamed each other. Too late. Human fleets cut deep, taking systems without firing shots. Control stations vanished. Communication died. The Empire became blind. A third core world sent a secret message to humans. We will surrender. We will open our gates. Human response came. Remain where you are. Nothing else. Fear grew worse than destruction. Waiting became torture. On the first core world, oxygen levels dropped slowly. Not enough to kill. Enough to weaken. Hospitals filled. Children cried. Parents held them tight. Human commanders watched in silence. One officer asked if this made them monsters. The answer was simple. No. Monsters enjoy pain. This is prevention. The human fleets did not hate the aliens. They did not enjoy this. They were making sure no one would ever try again. Finally, the alien High Council broke. They sent one final message to the galaxy. We were wrong. Humans answered the galaxy instead. This is what war looks like. No speeches. No flags. No heroes. Only consequences. The first world was still alive, but it was no longer whole. Its future was gone, and everyone knew. The next world would not be given time. Human fleets began to align. Weapons charged quietly. The galaxy felt it. This was the moment where mercy ended, and Cinders would follow. The galaxy stopped pretending. No one spoke of honor anymore. No one spoke of victory. Every race watched the same images. Dark worlds, silent skies, human ships waiting. The alien empire was breaking from the inside. On one distant world, soldiers abandoned their posts. On another, governors fled their cities. On another, priests told their people the stars were angry. Humans did not stop. They did not rush either. They waited. Waiting was the weapon. Inside a human command vessel, the bridge was quiet. Screens showed hundreds of systems. Each one marked. Each one measured. Human officers spoke softly. Short words, clear meaning. The next phase was ready. The alien empire tried one last trick. They sent a fleet toward a neutral world. They hoped humans would hesitate. They hoped humans would care. Humans noticed. The fleet never reached its target. It vanished between stars. No signal. No wreckage. The neutral worlds understood the message. Stay still. Stay silent. Do not interfere. Fear spread faster than light. The alien High Council finally collapsed. Its members argued, accused, screamed. Then they ran. Some tried to escape the galaxy. Some tried to hide among other races. Human ships followed. Quiet. Unseen. No place was far enough. On the main capital world, the people felt the change. The air grew thin. The sky lost color. The oceans stopped moving. Human machines worked patiently. Not fast. Not slow. Exact. Children asked their parents when the lights would return. Parents could not answer. Leaders begged the sky for mercy. The sky did not respond. The galaxy watched that world fade. Humans sent one open transmission. Not to the Empire. To everyone. This is the cost of ignoring us. No threats. No anger. Only truth. Some races finally spoke together. They formed a council of survival. They agreed humans must never be challenged again. They agreed to remember this moment forever. But the alien empire was not finished yet. A hidden fleet emerged from deep space. Old ships. Dangerous weapons. They launched everything they had. Toward Earth. This was their final scream. Human sensors detected them instantly. Human fleets shifted. This time, there was no waiting. The battle was short. Human weapons tore through the fleet. Not one ship survived. The last hope of the Empire died in silence. Earth did not celebrate. There were no crowds. No cheers. Only relief. Human commanders returned their focus to the core worlds. The last strongholds. On one world, alien leaders gathered their remaining forces. They prepared to fight on the ground. Humans landed, not with armies, with machines. Cities fell without combat. Defenses shut down. Weapons locked. The leaders were captured alive. They were brought before human commanders. They demanded mercy. They offered surrender. Technology. Secrets. The human commander listened, then spoke. You were warned. The leaders realized something terrible. This war was never about negotiation. It was about memory. Humans wanted the galaxy to remember. The leaders were returned to their dying world. to watch. Above the planet, human ships aligned one last time. Energy built silently. The galaxy felt the pressure. This was the end. The final lesson. The human commander gave the order. Begin closure. The stars dimmed around the world. The surface cracked. Fire rose slowly. Not an explosion. A transformation. The world began to burn. Not fast. Not merciful. Complete. The alien empire ended not with noise, but with ash. The galaxy stayed silent, because everyone understood. Humans were not monsters. They were guardians of a line. And once that line was crossed, there was no return. After the burning world, the galaxy did not breathe. Silence filled every channel, every star lane, every council hall. Humans did not move at once. They waited. The remaining alien worlds waited too. Fear had become normal. Hope felt dangerous. On many planets, people packed their lives, ready to run, but there was nowhere to go. Human ships watched quietly. Not close, not far, always present. Inside human command ships, officers rested in turns. They ate. They slept. They remembered home. This was not rage anymore. This was responsibility. Human leaders spoke to each other in low voices. They asked one question again and again. Is the lesson complete? The data flowed. Uprisings stopped. Weapons shut down. Fleets powered off. The galaxy was learning. But not all of it. A last group of alien warlords gathered in secret, far from the core worlds. They controlled old weapons, forbidden machines. They believed humans would not notice. They were wrong. Human scouts found them. Human minds mapped their fear. The warlords launched first, a strike toward a human border colony. It was small, peaceful, unimportant. They wanted one final wound. The strike reached the colony and stopped. Human defenses woke like a wall. Ships fell from the sky. Weapons failed. The attack ended before anyone on the surface even knew. Human response came instantly. Not loud, not fast. Final. Human fleets surrounded the warlord system. Every exit blocked. The warlords sent messages. Threats. Lies. Pleas. Humans answered with silence. Inside the system, human machines shut down stars. Not fully. Just enough. Darkness spread. Cold followed. The warlords fought each other. Blamed each other. Fear ate them alive. Human ships moved closer. The remaining alien worlds watched. They understood this was the last test. If humans stopped, now the galaxy would forget. Humans did not stop. The warlord world was stripped clean. Not burned. Not shattered. Emptied. No cities. No weapons. No leaders. Only stone and dust. The galaxy felt something change. Not fear. Relief. Human fleets finally slowed. Formations loosened. The great movement was ending. On Earth, messages arrived from across the stars. Some thanked humans. Some feared them. Some asked for protection. Humans replied with one shared rule. Respect the line. No empire would rule the galaxy again. Human commanders gathered. They reviewed everything. Losses, choices, consequences. One question remained. How does it end? The answer was not destruction. It was memory. Humans prepared one final broadcast. To every race, every world, they showed no violence, no burning planets, only records, warnings sent, warnings ignored, choices made. They showed the first meeting, the calm human voice, the single sentence. You want war? Then see your worlds burn to cinders. The galaxy watched and understood. This was never about power. It was about refusal. Humans refused to kneel, refused to beg, refused to be erased. Human fleets began to withdraw. Slowly, clearly. They did not hide. They did not chase. They left scars in space and rules in minds. On many worlds, children looked at the stars. Their parents told them stories of the war, of the humans, of the line never to cross. The galaxy would rebuild, but it would rebuild differently and deep in human space. Ships returned home, quiet, unchanged. The war was almost over, but the lesson would never fade. The war did not end with cheers. It ended with quiet. Human fleets returned through dark lanes. Their engines low, their lights dim. They did not look like heroes. They looked like workers returning from a hard job. On Earth, the sky was clear. Cities still stood. People still lived. But everyone felt different. Families watched the news in silence. They saw empty alien systems, broken empires, cold stars. Some humans were proud. Some were afraid. Some were simply tired. Leaders spoke to the people. Their words were careful. They said humanity was safe now. But safety had a cost. Far away in the galaxy, the remaining races gathered. They called it a peace council, but it was really a fear council. They did not trust humans. They also knew they needed humans. They asked one question: what happens if another war comes? No one answered, because everyone remembered what humans did. Then a single human ship arrived at the council world. It was not a battleship. It was small, clean, unarmed. It landed openly. The human envoy walked into the council hall. Alone. The same calm eyes. The same quiet voice. Every alien watched him. Some hated him. Some feared him. Some wanted to beg. The envoy spoke first. The war is over. The room stayed silent. An alien elder stood, his hands shaking. He asked why humans stopped. Why humans did not finish every world. The envoy looked at him. Humans do not destroy for joy. Humans destroy to prevent. The elder asked what prevention meant. The envoy answered, we removed the threat. Now we set the rule. The council demanded the rule. The envoy said it slowly. No empire may attack a weaker world. No fleet may erase a people. No council may laugh at warnings. No leader may start war without knowing the price. The room trembled with anger and fear. One alien war speaker shouted, humans are the true empire now. The envoy did not change his face. He replied, we do not want your land. We do not want your crowns. We want quiet skies. Then the envoy placed a small device on the table, a memory core. He said it held every record, every warning, every choice, every moment. He said it would be copied to every world, so no one could deny what happened. The council tried to refuse, but their hands would not move, because they knew humans did not come to ask. They came to close the story. The envoy turned to leave. An alien child stepped forward, a small one from a neutral race, brought to the council as a symbol. The child asked a simple question. Will humans hurt us too? The entire room froze. The envoy stopped. He looked down. His voice became softer. No. The child asked why not. The envoy answered, because he did not choose war. The child nodded, as if that was enough. The envoy walked away, and the council hall stayed silent for a long time. After that day, the galaxy changed. Pirates disappeared. Aggressive empires fell apart. Weak worlds gained protection, not from human soldiers, but from human fear. No one wanted humans to return to war. On Earth, life slowly became normal again. Ships returned to trade. Families returned to work. Children returned to school. But nights were different. Every time a human looked at the stars, they remembered. They remembered the calm sentence. The moment the galaxy laughed. The moment humans stopped talking. And on a quiet hill near a human city, a veteran stood alone. He looked up. He thought of the worlds that burned. He thought of the people lost. He did not smile. He whispered a truth. Humans do not want war. But if war comes, humans end it. The stars above stayed silent, as if the galaxy itself agreed.